Neighborhood Watch presents For the Record, brought to you by Ill Remedy Studios. We are your hosts. I'm Bonnie Blue.
And I'm Phoenix. We're live in the studio with P the Emcee. What up, player? How you feeling today?
What up? No complaints, man. I'm in LA, man. So it's always love when in LA.
So tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. You're originally from Ohio. You go back and forth from Ohio and LA?
I wouldn't call it back and forth, but yeah. I'm from Dayton, Ohio. Midwest, born and bred the whole way. Went to high school in the Chicago area and Palatine, Indiana, just everything Midwest. I'm a Midwest guy. And I've been in LA for this is going on my 4th year. So
Dope.
Yeah, man. LA.
So how you liking LA?
It is the greatest place I've ever been to, man. It's amazing in every aspect. You know how some things don't ever live up to what you dreamed them to be? LA kind of lived up to more. Like, it's a lot different than what I thought it would be when you're like a 11 and 12-year-old kid thinking what LA is like because you listen to Snoop Dogg. But it's definitely more than I ever could have imagined it to be.
Dope. Being from Ohio, coming out to LA, how would you feel that has influenced your style and the music that you put out?
I'm from Dayton, man. So essentially, we can kind of take claim for, if not being the inventors of funk, especially, we can definitely claim to being some of the forefathers and the heaviest pushers of it. These are all my friends' fathers and uncles, and I remember growing up in that environment. And ironically, the West Coast is a lover of funk. Our whole thing is really kind of based around funk also. So I think our styles naturally just complemented each other just because, like I said, y'all area was already based really heavy on the music that my people's families have made. And the way that I particularly go about riding a beat, I feel like it works well over here. I feel like Ohio and LA, has always had that kind of connection, man. It's only right, man. Shout out to LeBron, continuing on the flavor, man.
That's right. Who would you say are some of your biggest influences in music? And it doesn't necessarily have to be hip-hop, because you had mentioned funk as well. Yeah,
I grew up in a musical household, so I'll probably say my parents. Both of them sang, amazing singers, both of them. My mother, more actual church. My father, and everything, like a lot of soul, a lot of R&B. He had a group back in the day. And then, so then that leads me into a lot of funk growing up. I'm an 80s baby, so MTV and Michael Jackson and Prince. So I was always just into music. And then ever since Ice-T, my brother had a Ice-T tape, my stepbrother, and I remember getting his brother's his Ice-T tape and going ham on it. And that was like my introduction to rap. So this started in going into my first tapes being Fear of a Black Planet and Niggas for Life. That was the first money that I spent my actual money on. So I've just been influenced by everything coming up. And then even being in Dayton, there's so many dope local guys that kind of help inspire me on the rap side. My older brother, of course, was in his rap thing with the Black Cordoba Posse, and they became Ohio Coalition and DVH Hogs, and it was so many different people like HOC in my city, like House of Cypher, that it was just a lot of great people to pull energy from. And even as I was in Chicago, going back home to visit Ohio, it was still like every time I would go home, like in Chicago, everyone wanted to rap like Twista, and everybody wanted to be, speed not mobsters. But when I would go home to visit Ohio, that's kind of where I would take my flavor from. Like, I don't know, it was always a lot more. I can't call it Midwest, man. It's its own special sauce, man. No city in the Midwest is the same, and everybody got their own special sauce. That's kind of why I like it, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of people I took, flavor from, but no one that I stole from. But it's a lot of, like, just coming up. I was a No Limit Soldier coming up. I was, Wu-Tang probably is the first time that I thought I was going to rap. I remember when Wu-Tang came out in, like, 92, 93 era. something like that. I was leaving 8th grade, staying up late nights and caught Protect Your Neck. Boom. I went to school the next day like I saw the Messiah, man. Like, yo, bro, I saw Wu-Tang. This over with. This is what rap is gonna be. Like, and I remember thinking, like, this is what I'm gonna start. I start, making my own raps and start trying to get nice off the head. I was real trash though, but but I just kept going, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was always open to the art form of rap more so than anything else. I was good at sports. I was good in choir. I was easy at learning instruments. I just never had a care for them. But for some reason, like, even when writing poetry, I was always nice with the wordplay. Like, I really wanted to, I don't know, it got deep, then it got more accessible. It was just me growing up and watching different artists, When I was deep, I was listening to Camp Lo every day, listening to Killer Priest, every day. And then all of a sudden, I'm So Ghetto comes out, and it's the first time I like Jay-Z. Like, damn, I never liked this dude before, but this song is awesome. I remember when I was walking to school listening to Juvenile, rapping the Soldier Rags hook, and random white kid walks up on me like, oh, that's that new Juvenile. I'm like, how do you know this? And he's like, that's that Juvenile Ha. And I'm like, what's Ha? Because I'm a CD player kid. I'm not a radio kid. I'm just, I'm one of those kids in the 90s, in real 90s babies, and know if you were 80s baby, you should know what I'm talking about. I had 2 big 400 CD books, double stacked both sides, walking around like they was my prized possessions, listening to everything. So as much as I want to say I'm influenced by my rap style in the Midwest, I'm SIBO, I'm E40 in a major way, I'm Little Kiki, you know what I'm saying? I'm ESG. Yo, in high school, my homeboy came from the suburbs and played me the Dead Body Man. And for a year, I was a juggalo. For a whole year, you couldn't have told me that Insane Clown Posse wasn't one of the dopest rap shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like dope rapping. So it really, once the rap bug hit me, I was influenced by everything, man. But you just had to be dope. Like, it really didn't. In the 90s, we had dope rappers. People had their own style. So it was easy to get influenced by everything. The West Coast definitely had me more or less ready to come out here and live, when I was 12 and 13. And Snoop Dogg is definitely the top guy, right? That's fair to say? I think that's fair to say now, right? Snoop Dogg is he's like the guy. LBC. Yeah, he's like the undisputed champ of rapping right now. He's more famous than everybody. He's who you put as the face of it. And I can remember more moments of my life with Snoop Dogg's voice behind it probably than, than anyone else. True stuff. So I'm just influenced by music hit me heavy, and I love every side of it. As I got older, I got to hear the guitar. When I was in my mid-20s, had my first son, I started listening to classic rock. Started listening to old metal. It just became whatever I could pick up on that was flavorful and new. And then on myself, by the time I started to want to bring this, what I'm doing now, back, I took all that and to say, what happens if Tupac would have lived? What happens if Biggie would have made it? What happens if Lynyrd Skynyrd made a rap song? What happens if Led Zeppelin was like, yo, let's just cut this right now and put on the beat machine and you kick bars? What would those bars feel like? Because these are artists that I listen to and groups I listen to that have feeling music, and that's kind of what I wanted to make. That's why I love ATLiens, Outkast probably the most. I feel like it was so much feeling in that particular project that it was
And funk.
Ah, man. Funk is just a feel. If you know some real funk heads, rest in peace to Sugarfoot and Ohio players that I knew. If you know real funk guys, man, they was just playing what they felt. They weren't really trying to make a song or they was feeling something, and then it felt good. And then it felt so good, it felt good to you. When you heard it, you throw it on the radio. You could put it on right now. Everybody gonna be in that pocket on the one.
And you got that pocket And with that said, we're going to get right into a live performance right now. A For the Record exclusive of an unreleased track. This is Neighborhood Watch presents For the Record, brought to you by Ill Remedy Studios with P the Emcee performing Scarface.
Yeah. When you get your change up, you gon' change up all your friends. Yeah. Oh shit, yeah. Jumped off a plane in a new state that I ain't never been. I jumped back from all of them losses, man, I came to win. She said, once you get your change up, you're gonna change your friends. And once you get the cash, what you gonna do then? I said, bitch, I want the world. Shit, and everything that's in it. Yeah, I told her, bitch, I want it all. I feel like that's what God intended. Yeah, shit, and I don't got no time to hear you telling me shit you think I ain't gon' be shit. Cause bitch, I want the world. Shit, and everything that's in it. Yeah. We went from dollar bill dreams to them racks involved. We went from selling Little Tree to smacking dog. Shit gets so real once cracks involved. But those my past demons, and I'm just steady trying to back them off. People laughed in my face, trying to get back involved. But I ain't got the same line, and we ain't on the same time. See, y'all was on that bullshit, and we wasn't on the same ground. But I told you I was gonna get mine, was just due time. Bitch, I want the world. Shit, and everything that's in it. Yeah, I told her, bitch, I want it all. I feel like that's what God intended. Yeah, shit, and I don't got no time to hear you telling me shit you think I ain't gon' be shit. Cause bitch, I want the world. Shit, and everything that's in it. Yeah, look. See, I represent that Midwest, but smoking stress was stressing me. So I came out to the West Coast, tried Kendrick and Dre's recipe. Now I'm smoking that greater than, but the haters still feeling less of me. Hate me like Jigga, my bitch look like Maya, but I won't let them get the best of me. My mama told me to go get it, my daughter told me to go get it. My father told me I should quit it, my son is a freshman, he told me I should it. Fuck how you feelin', you with it? My bitches know I'm committed for chasing the money and riches, so I just admit it. Plus they know it's all real, no gimmick. This ain't a church, it's a clinic. This ain't a stone, it's a minute. If I said it, then I meant it. Everyone down till you in it. Now it's just down till you in it. Now it's just down till you win it. Everyone round when you winning. Then they come background grinning, claiming they won, but they background different. Saying they your woes, guess that sounds different, but listen, bitch, I want the world. Shit, and everything that's in it. Yeah, I told her, bitch, I want it all. I feel like that's what God intended. Yeah, shit, and I don't got no time to hear you telling me shit you think I ain't gon' be shit. Cause bitch, I want the world. Yeah, and everything that's in it. Yeah, and everything that's in it. Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Definitely a dope track. Tell us where the whole creative process and lyrics and everything came about with that track, Scarface.
I bought that beat in a 4-pack in Ohio before I was about to get ready to come to California. And I knew what I wanted the hook to say, but I was rapping the song out. So I really didn't have no lyrics. I knew I wanted the hook to say, bitch, I want the world. I didn't even have everything that was in it. I just knew in Ohio I wanted to say, bitch, I want the world. Like, I just felt like that was the shit to say, right? And then I came to LA. It's the first session I paid for. It went horrible. It was a major label's studio, but then it was about to close down after a while. So then after I did the song, it was a whole hassle to get it from the horrible session. And it was just wrapped out. And it was recorded by an engineer who smoked up all my weed. And fucking my engineer in Dayton, Ohio, shout out Timmy Woods, man. Timmy Woods he's top engineer to me in Ohio, but I'm biased. But Timmy saved me and sent me a copy that was able to be heard. And I was driving on the way to a set in Hollywood, and I did it how you hear it now. Like I added whatever reason, I just started kind of being comfortable with my voice. Like I wasn't really crooning before. I was just doing straight rapping, you know what I'm saying? And as I got to Hollywood, a lot of my R&B and soul training that I got from writing songs for people and writing R&B and soul, and I just started being able to hold a note. So I was riding to a show at Skinny's Lounge in Hollywood, and I started singing it like that, like crooning it out like that. And I knew immediately, like, oh, this is something different. This is how it's supposed to feel this way. Like, ironically, I was probably saying it that way when I was recording it, but I was having a horrible session and couldn't get what I wanted out. So it just fell into pieces. As I rode on my destination to where I was supposed to be, I performed in that bar. I did it that night in the bar that way, and I started chiseling it. So the process of it, none of this was written. This came about my feelings. Like, I'm back and forth between writing songs anyway. Like sometimes I write it, sometimes I'll just say it how I feel. I feel anyone who's been around me, especially, shout out to LA, man. Anyone who's been around me in LA, they'll tell you that this this happens a lot. Like I'm making songs almost hourly, if that's the case. If you throw a beat on, we're gonna make it sound like a song. So that's how I felt at that moment. That was really the process to it. There wasn't really no extras to it. How you hear it is exactly how I was feeling coming off that plane, looking at this beautiful place with palm trees that I've never stepped foot in something so beautiful. My babies are at home wishing me to go bring back a championship. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're hearing there. So I feel like songs that I'm creating like that is feelings. You know what I'm saying? People don't listen to that song and be like, oh, these is dope. The lyrics is dope. Trust me, I think it's dope. Not to pat myself on the back, but I think it's the bars is there, the cadence there, but it's the feeling. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what pushes through. So it's not about the process of the song. Start making what you feel. Like that's what I'm doing now. I just want to make feeling music. I don't really want to make it too technical for people to catch on to. If you had a bad day at work, I might have a bad day at work song. You lost your girl, you might have maybe you shouldn't be involved in relationships. Maybe you should love yourself first song, A lot of the stuff that I talk about, I feel like I've lived a lot of lives. So just like in that one, people who live close to that life is going to relate. You know what I'm saying? If you halfway from the streets and you trying to do something different with your life, it's always somebody told you weren't going to make it to your dream. So when you started moving to your dream, it don't get easier. That's what that song is. It gets, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be people that's going to be around you that's want to down you. But when you winning, everybody want to play. Listen, everybody want to be a Laker now. You know what I'm saying? It was only a year ago. It was get off that boat. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody want to be a Laker. That's what the process of that song is, man. Shout out LeBron James again. Real niggas from Ohio showing you the process, man. You got to play what you feel, man.
Your style is definitely unique, definitely dope. We definitely need more MCs and more music, like the music you're putting out.
Shout out to that, man. But I think we have a lot of great MCs, man. Ironically, I hope people do start using the internet for what it's good for right now, because I'm into looking up different artists. Ironically, coming out here was a big homework assignment for me, too. I got to meet some of my people who were my idols, and I walked into meeting them organically. I was hanging around Bo Rock for a year before realizing, like, this is Dove Shack, bro. Like, this is Uncle Bo to me. I wasn't even calling him Bo Rock. I'm like, oh, it's Uncle Bo. What's up, Uncle Bo? I never really put it together. Like, I got to hang around my idols. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Razcast was with Money B and told me I'm an OG now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that some people that may not be shit to them. This is mind-blowing to me. Like, these are my idols, bro. I was hosting a situation and Volume 10 performed, and Mozzie performed, and RJ performed, and all these people were rocking, right? And as I do my set, like, all the old legends walk up on me like, yo, bro, like, you got something different was popping.
Right, yeah, for
sure. You
know
what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I'm living the dream right now. So even coming out here, man, meeting y'all, man, I met Rawls on the humble side, man, and dudes kind of looked out for me every step of the way, man. I went to some battles. I never even came to Ohio to battle. I'm like accidentally the battle champ of like 9 different cities in this motherfucker.
Hell yeah. We're actually going to get into another track right now. This track is Big Kanye, produced by Raiden Beats. It's a single. And
yeah, man, get that on all your social medias.
Neighborhood Watch presents For the Record, brought to you by Illremedystudio. We're live in the studio with P the Emcee performing Big Kanye.
So I'm Tupac, how I get around.
Murder Baby, I say no cap. Shout out Murder Baby. Hey, listen, you can't tell me nothing, I'm Big Kanye. My registration late, I'm Big Kanye. 808s in my heartbreak, like I'm Kanye. I'm watching for the throne, I'm Big Kanye. That KK on my hip, like I'm Kanye. I raised you boys to men like I'm Wanye. Perfect time, ayy. Walk in your residence, talk to the president, sent by an angel. This work is heaven sent, coming and murder everything on the track. We don't leave evidence. College dropped out with the work I plan. Gotta put in work just to feed your fam. Talking through the wire, gon' get you jammed. So I'm Tupac, how I get around. Been on the road for like 2 days. All of these chains like a new slave. Writing good music like 2 Chainz. Prime time, I'm Dion in 2 games. Hey, all of this power, I'm Big Kanye. My registration late, I'm Big Kanye. 808s on my heart breaks like I'm Kanye. I'm Big Kanye. I said, ooh, poopity scoop. I bust a whoop in some white easy boost and I popped in the coupe. Murder was the case like I'm Snoop, then rolled up like Snoop. On top of that house like I'm Snoopy. No one in my group got no time for no groupies. I shake bitches up like I'm dancing like Uzi. Tongue is my Uzi, smoking a pound. You can't see me, P.O.P. like I'm holding it down. You watch for the throne, I'm holding the crown. New dresses on devils, ain't nothing new to you. My fantasies dark but they're beautiful. Twisted, you think I'm a monster with all of these lights. Hormones is beautiful. Making choices to be new slave. Stacking Bo Jackson in 2 games, yeah. Listen, college drop out like I'm Kanye. Flashing lights at graduation like I'm Kanye. Living the life of Pablo, I'm Big Kanye. It's gonna be a cruel summer, I'm Big Kanye. You can't tell me nothing, I'm Big Kanye. My registration late, I'm Big Kanye. 808s in my heart breaks like I'm Kanye. I'm watching from the throne, I'm Big Kanye.
Damn. All right, that was Big Kanye in studio right now with P the Emcee. So we talked a little bit about, you know, you coming to LA and linking up with some of your idols and some of the goats in your eyes. And obviously the track was called Big Kanye. So speak a little bit about the track, but also I want you to speak a little bit about what you want your legacy to be.
The track, ironically, is inspired by the homeboy Murder Baby. You know what I'm saying? Murder Baby. Shout out Murder Baby, man. Look him up on all your social medias and your music platforms. I was doing music in his studio one night and I did like 5 songs in a row and none of them sounded alike. And he was like, shout out C4 Trill. C4 Trill just got a deal with Rich Gang. So shout out C4. C4 wakes up on the couch and was like, man, who the fuck is this nigga in here, bro? And he's like, man, that's Big Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I like the line of it, right? Like, man, and him meaning it as in I'm versatile. You know what I'm saying? That's the most versatile person you're gonna meet at the time, and that's how I took it. And I get to Columbus directly, maybe a week or so after that. Raiden's making that beat in front of me, and I'm listening to it like, that's all I'm hearing. And I just felt like, like I want moments as big as Kanye moments. And that's kind of what the song was referencing. It's not about necessarily giving overly props to Ye, even though I'm a fan of Ye, but it's the moments, you know what I'm saying? The moments that Kanye had, like, we should want to achieve those, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about George Bush doesn't like black people moments. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember listening to Last Call, and I feel like anyone who is a Ye fan and that's a musician, Last Call probably sits on you like it sits on me. Like it's like listening to a story of a person trying to get this record deal situation, and he doesn't stop. Like he's fighting through it the whole, you know what I'm saying? The ideal of that song to me is a big moment, you know, talking about a female and you wanting her to be, you know, to be a part of her at one point, like talking about it on a song, to literally that being your wife and creating like children, you know what I'm saying? Like the moments that this dude has had and we've gotten to witness are as big as a Manny Pacquiao fight to me. They're huge, you know what I'm saying? They're huge moments in history. This man got to be I know people like to listen to 6-second clips, but a lot of the stuff that he was speaking about in 2008, those moments on the radio are real life happening right now, you know what I'm saying? Like these are big moments. This man is a random black man, and he got to get the top person in the world to stop what they were doing to have a conversation. You know, we may not like dude's messages. We may not like, you know, people don't like the messenger ever. But just the imagery alone, I watched a black person from where I'm from, where I've been, make a call and have the world at his knees at one. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the call for that. It wasn't the other way around. It wasn't like he stopped Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump stopped for him. Like everyone stopped for him. That's a beautiful image for my kids to see, you know. And some of my favorite moments for my kids, watching my son in the back seat talking about I am a God, you know, opposed from the savage trash he was listening to that morning, like watching him say I am a God, like. Yo, so shout out to just Kanye for those moments, because those moments inspire me. Those moments inspire me to want to be a better person for myself and for my babies. And that's what I want to embody in the song. I'm big Kanye. It's these moments, you know what I'm saying? I would have probably done them a little bit different. I'm more brash at the time. So, but man, respect for having them, because I would have never seen them. I think people are not, they're lessening they're missing the point. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have seen this before. This is not bullshit. We would have never seen this. There is no other person right now that have those type of moments taking those places. And shout out to the people who aren't as notable as Kanye West, who are working hard to make those moments and haven't figured out how to get that big of notoriety to have these moments mean something. But I'm grateful right now that we got to see as a black man, watch a black man do all these things and show love to his mom and show love to his dad. These are images that I hope my kids get to see from me.
Hell yeah, man. Go ahead and let the people know where they can find you, and then give any shout outs that you want to your people.
All my stuff is ptheemcee, P the Emcee spelled out correctly. I am about to change everything up to ptheemcee11. So by the time we get to February, I will start the campaign for ptheemcee11. I'm one that takes your one so as to make beauty happen. But right now everything is under P the Emcee, and that's on all social media platforms. You can buy this last song you just heard is on all your Apples and all that stuff. For my shout outs, man, shout out to the brother DJ, who's now riding with me in this trip that I'm on. Shout out to my pops, who just had a birthday. Shout out to my father also. He got his birthday today. Shout out to King Tun, one of my OGs who ain't never really turned on me ever. Shout out to Teeny and the babies. And rest in peace to Elroy, who I used to tell I was going to go to California, and we'd talk about it when they would call us Big and Pac. Rest in peace to Ness Words, who told me that I was on the right motion when I decided to come out here, and still has an unsolved murder in Columbus, Ohio. And rest in peace to Eddie P.C. Wagner, who just passed of an aneurysm. At least we got to reconcile. He was literally one of my favorite rappers, and he never really got to go shoot his dream out. But rest in peace to PC. Rest in peace, BJ Unseen Testament. And shout out to Dayton, Ohio, because my city needs it right now. We done went through tornadoes. We done went through mass shootings. We have the highest OD rate in the country right now. We just need some love in my city, man. You know, a lot of us really, when you're trying to do better, you get shot down. And I'm from a place that you don't really get to make it out. But I do feel we have the best artists just because we're living through hell. Those guys got a lot of stories to tell. They've made it through a lot, but they would have to get a shot. They would have to be able to make it out to places like New York and like this amazing place of LA. So shout out to Dayton, Ohio, and shout out to Los Angeles as a whole, the whole IE, the East Side, down by Long Beach, you know, San Pedro, all the way up to Chatsworth, Northridge, Fontaine. I done took these years and lived through y'all place, man, and I've gotten love every place I've touched down. You know what I'm saying? The Valley, all the way over. So shout out to all parts of LA. I know y'all don't like to claim each other, but to me, when I'm talking about all the way from Bakersfield under. When I'm coming through, it's all LA to me, man. Like, it's all beautiful. Me and my brother gonna make it down to San Diego, and I might tell people San Diego, LA. I don't know,
right.
But I love this place, man. This place has gave me nothing but love. It's made me a better artist. And hopefully 2020 is going to give me this bag.
That's right. Well, you know what? It was a pleasure meeting you. It was a pleasure having you in the studio. Definitely a great interview.
Yeah, man.
Neighborhood Watch presents For the Record, brought to you by Ill Remedy Studios. We're your hosts. I'm Phoenix.
I'm Bonnie Blue, and once again, that was a live in-studio performance and interview with P the Emcee.